Hi guys, it's Caleb with Rokblokz. Today we're going to be installing our Frontier flaps on the D40 Frontier, which ranges from 2005 to 2018. I'm going to go ahead and show you how to get those installed. We're going to start with the front here. And so to get started, these mount on the exterior of the fender. So we send you a piece of clear vinyl to protect it. You'll want to clean and prep the surface with a light degreaser. And then we're going to go ahead and put on our clear vinyl. You'll want to have clean hands, so that way you don't get fingerprints in the vinyl. And then those just go right along the edge here. And now with that on the truck, you are ready to start mounting the brackets. To begin, you'll want to remove the OEM screws from this location, this location, this location, and the bottom screw down here. The hardware that you'll get with your kit, you'll get the mud flap, you'll get 4 brackets, this large L bracket, this large Z bracket, and the 2 slotted Z brackets. You'll get 5 screws per side and 5 lock nuts per side. We will reuse the OEM hardware to mount the brackets and these screws to mount the flap to the brackets. The tools that you'll need is a 3mm Allen key, 10mm ratchet or socket, and a screwdriver. So to begin, we're going to go ahead and we'll just start with the lower bracket. Reuse the OEM screw going into the OEM insert. You're going to get all of the brackets about 3/4 of the way tight, and just leave a little bit of play until we get our mud flap in place. So next, working up our way on the fender, we're going to install the large Z bracket. Just snug enough to hold it in place for now is all you need to do. We'll put the slotted Z bracket on the 2nd and 3rd hole on this fender. Alright, now with those lightly mounted, we can take our flap, and it's going to mount on the back side of these brackets. And so we'll just go ahead and start with our lowermost hole, mounting to the large slotted L bracket. This one's slotted for adjustment. So we'll go ahead and get that in place, and then we'll align our next bracket with the holes in the flap. The holes on this bracket are a little snug, so you may need your Allen key to get the screws through. Alright, now with those on there, you can take your 10mm ratchet and start snugging those up. And then we can work the flap up towards the edge of the body to take out any of the gap that is there. Once you've done that, you're done with the front. You can move on to the rear. Alright, so the tools you'll need for the rear is a screwdriver, preferably Phillips head, and a 4mm Allen key. The hardware that comes with your kit will be 5 of our fender washers, a 45mm screw, and a 25mm spacer. To begin mounting these, you'll want to pull off your backing plate for this mounting location. So we designed it just to be a tear-off tab system. So there we go. We'll get that, set that to the side. We're going to go ahead and get our screw set up, the 45mm screw. Place that on the inner hole, putting a washer on both sides of the flap, then your spacer, and that will go through where that OEM insert was. On the back side, you'll take your backing plate, and you can just start it by hand into the backing plate. Now once you have the inner screw installed loosely, you can go ahead and slide the flap up into position. Take an OEM screw and a washer and just go right into the OEM inserts. Do that for all three of these. Tighten all of those to about 3/4 of the way, and then we're going to go ahead and check and make sure that the flap is level and adjust it to our liking. After the flap is adjusted to your liking, you can then go ahead and fully tighten the screws all the way down. We're going to check the bottom, make sure it's level, adjust the flap, and then we will just make our final tightenings on all of the screws. And that's it for the rear. Alright, so what we designed these flaps for, especially the front, is to allow for oversized tires. This truck currently is running a 285/75 R16, which is about 2 sizes larger than stock for this particular truck. The front we designed to step back and come outside the fender, specifically so you can run these larger tires and have that added clearance without rubbing. For this particular model, most with oversized tires clearance this inner liner because of rubbing. With these, as long as you maintain these 3-4 mounting positions, you can run these flaps and have plenty of clearance and no rubbing on the flap, even with your liner being trimmed.